Hello, everyone. Welcome to our weekly inspiration. My name is Reverend Leah Alvarado. So glad to be with you today. Every Tuesday and Thursday, we come together to read an inspiring passage or, sorry, that sound just distracted me. To read an inspiring passage from a new thought teacher or author. We take time to reflect on it. We answer some heart-opening questions, and then we end with a prayer and an affirmation to take you into the rest of your day. Today's topic is shifting our perspective, and the passage is from Mark Nepo in his book, wonderful book, The Book of Awakening. He says this: if peace comes from seeing the whole, then misery stems from a loss of perspective. We begin so aware and grateful. The sun somehow hangs there in the sky. The little bird sings. The miracle of life just happens. Then we stub our toe, and in that moment of pain, the whole world is reduced to our poor little toe. Now, for a day or two, it's difficult to walk. With every step, we are reminded of our poor little toe. Our vigilance becomes which defines our day, the pinch we feel in walking on a bruised toe, or the miracle still happening. It is the giving over to smallness that opens us to misery. In truth, we begin taking nothing for granted, grateful that we have enough to eat, that we are well enough to eat. But somehow, through the living of our days, our focus narrows. Like a camera that shutters down, cropping out the horizon, and one day we're miffed at the diner because the eggs are runny or the hash isn't seasoned just the way we like. When we narrow our focus, the problem seems everything. We forget when we were lonely, dreaming of a partner. We forget first beholding the beauty of another. We forget the comfort of first being seen and held and heard. When our view shuts down, we're up in the night, annoyed by the way our lover pulls the covers or leaves the dishes in the sink without soaking them. In actuality, misery is a moment of suffering, allowed to become everything. So when feeling miserable, we must look wider than what hurts. When feeling a splinter, we must, while trying to remove it, remember there is a body that is not a splinter, and a spirit that is not a splinter, and a world that is not a splinter. Such a wonderful reminder of those times in our life when we go through challenges, when we experience pain, when we have something challenging that moves through our experience. And in those moments, we forget to shift our perspective, that's all it takes is a shift in perspective. And it happens within seconds. And as we do that, we can expand our focus from a narrow focus to a much wider one. And there is much more that is possible for us in that moment and for our life when we can do that. Now, it's not to say that when we experience pain that we shouldn't be with the pain. That's not what I'm saying. I think that pain is something that is important to feel, and it's a way of honoring ourselves by feeling it and experiencing it when it comes. But we all know those times when we are so focused on the misery of life, the annoyance, whatever that may be, that it then closes, it narrows our view, it shifts our perspective. That's what I'm talking about. And that's what he's talking about today. And there is a wide array of possibilities that are there waiting for us when we're willing to do that. If you're joining me today, I'd love to have you say hello. Hi, Doug. Hi, BJ. Hi, Tiger. Blessings. Blessings to you all. Thanks for being here. So I have some questions for us to reflect on. Putting those in the chat, and let's look at those together. So the first question: where in your life are you focused on what is causing you pain and therefore narrowing your focus? Is there something right now in your life that is causing you to, where your focus is so narrowed, it's very much focused like on that stub toe? Is there an area in your life right now where it's taking up a lot of headspace, a lot of time? Are you willing to shift that? What can you do to shift your perspective? Even for a moment, our perspective can change when we're in meditation, when we're in prayer, and that's a beautiful thing to experience and feel in our bodies and in our hearts. But outside of that time, outside of our prayer and our meditation time, we have to make that conscious choice. Otherwise, our mind will take us down roads that are not always so pleasant. So if you're anything that you would like to comment on about that in the chat, feel free to do so. And the next question, if you look wider than what hurts, what do you see? It's such an interesting question that came out of the reading here. When we look wider than our own misery, when we look wider than the pain that we are witnessing and the pain that we are experiencing, or the annoyance or whatever it may be that's in front of us, when we are willing to look wider, what do we see? What do we feel? What do we notice? So if you've experienced that in your life, maybe you're experiencing that right now as you're able to tune into this and ask yourself, as I look wider, what do I see? What shows up for me as I'm willing to do that? So Doug, thank you. There's an experience that is not comfortable, but I'm allowing space for it to exist. Yeah, and sometimes when we're just giving it space, it's not that we love what we're experiencing. It's not that it's the most wonderful thing, but when we give it space, we allow it to be there. We're no longer resisting it or pushing it away. Something amazing happens. Our body relaxes, our mind relaxes. We're able to be with what is happening. And when we're able to do that, we can move through it in a different way than when we're pushing against it. Ego loves my pain. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you both. So let's just close our eyes for a moment and just focus on your breath. Taking some deep breaths. And bring into your awareness that thing that is annoying you, or that thing that is just kind of there in the background. Whatever that is, that challenge, that difficulty, that continues to surface, bring that into your awareness. It might be how your car is running, or how your relationship is running, or how your sleep was disturbed by the noise of strangers. Breathe deeply, keeping what is bothersome in view, whatever that may be. And now widen your focus. Widen your attention beyond what is happening right now, beyond that bothersome thing. And breathe thoroughly and accept the energy of all that exists outside of what is bothering you. Pay attention to what you notice. Pay attention to what you feel in your body. Pay attention to what is available to you outside of the pain once you widen your view. And just breathe. As we are willing to widen our view, is it not the place where God lives? Is it not that connection with Spirit that is available to us once we widen our view, once we widen our perspective? We can tap into, we can touch into that beautiful presence of love that is waiting there for us. And so I am knowing right here, right now, that whatever is bothersome in our life right now, whatever continues to tap on our shoulder, whatever challenge or pain that is there, I am knowing in this moment that we are able to widen our perspective, that we are able to connect with that which exists outside of it. The beauty and grace of the divine that is always there with open arms, ready to embrace us, ready to remind us of the truth that we are, ready to remind us of the love that we are, ready to show us that this experience that we are having, whatever that bothersome thing is, that it is indeed a teacher to us in our life. And if we are open to receive, the message is clear. And so right here, right now, in this moment, we receive. We receive what is coming to us by connecting outside of this limited perspective. Letting go and releasing, even for a moment, the pain. Even for a moment, that annoyance, whatever that is, we release it, we let it go, and we connect in. And so with gratitude in our heart, we feel that expansiveness. We feel the light that is there, the love and the presence and the power that is God, that is always there in the midst of every annoying situation, every bothersome experience, every pain. For there is no place where God is not. And so taking one last deep breath, feeling the power of that truth. We release this, we allow it to be, and together we say, and so it is. Amen. So let's end with our affirmation to take you into the rest of your day. As I widen my perspective, everything shifts. I release the pain and choose a new lens to look through. As I do this, I am able to see the gifts that are there waiting for me. I open my arms to receive and allow the blessings to fill my being. Peace comes from seeing the whole. Have a blessed day. Thank you for being with me. Many blessings as your week continues. Know that you are loved. Namaste.